Welcome back on all the trails to Azure. Last time we visited the people in the hospital. I actually teared up a little bit. I'm gonna be straight up fucking honest with you. That got to me. It did. Unlocked dough. Vats of something. Processed metal. What's this place even for? According to the database, this area was built as a heat treatment plant for a waste incinerator. Waste management. It utilizes the water flowing from the river for continuous cooling. What's more, it could provide central heating to Crossbell City via steam ventilation. Another set of Crossbell's high hopes shut down by reality. I can't believe they turned this facility. I can't say this facility turned out how they envisioned it. It's far from the first. This is where Dudley and Arios chased the Calvardian terrorists during the trade conference. Oh yeah, you're right. Before their arrest was snatched up by Hayaway. I don't see how they had the legal jurisdiction. They're a fucking crime syndicate. I mean, the argument could be made for Red Constellation in dealing with the ILF because wanted criminals and mercenaries collecting a bounty. It is what it is, but a crime syndicate, not so much. It hasn't even been 2 months. Do you guys ever shut up? This is not a nostalgia hour. It's way too hot down here with all this IRL crap. How the hell do you people even live without air conditioning anymore? It's a good point. Perhaps the rest of us could lower the average body heat in the room by leaving you here by yourself. No, you don't gotta do that. Those are all just complaints. Yeah. Okay. Treasure. After all about that raid and the chest bell times, what? I like to keep a chest of the news. Okay. I meant to, speaking of which. Mayor Cross has ordered a full-scale investigation into the recent terror attacks and the whereabouts of the Red Constellation Jaeger Corps. Later that day, the CGF announced the mobilization of the CGF in the 1st Division. A case outline will be compiled within several days. During an interview, Speaker McDowell had this to say: "The mayor's decision is an absolute necessity if we're to quell public anxieties, both domestic and international." In response to the reporter, if there are any plans to reconstruct the IBC building, the mayor, who was been rapidly addressing the issue after issue since the attack, simply replied, "Not at this time." Yeah, we got shit going on. Many of the wounded CGF and police personnel were brought to St. Ursula Hospital for treatment. Don't interrupt me. Approximate dates of discharge have been determined for around half of the patients, but the sullen faces of their visiting family members still persist. Though doctors say her life is not in immediate danger, Ilya Palate remains comatose. The only silver lining is that few civilians were admitted with life-threatening wounds, said an overtaxed hospital worker. Yeah, they didn't seem to be outright trying to target civilians, but they didn't really care to minimize the damage either. More of a get out of the way or else kind of thing. After being postponed in light of recent terrorist attacks, polls will be opening for the first referendum 3 days from now. Though much of the city is still grappling with intense grief, this vote demands our attention for the first time. Crossbellians have a direct say in the future of their home. We ask that you steel your hearts and carefully consider the matter at hand before casting your votes. A charity drive is to be held. The Business Owner Association will be hosting a benefit today at the Civic Center. A BOA associate tells us the program will consist of a piano concert, a gala buffet, and a surprise main feature. All proceeds will go to the victims of the raid. If you have merit to spare, please consider making a donation. The CNS will be releasing a new publication entitled The Gourmand's Guide to Crossbell to highlight gourmet eateries all across the state. In addition to the picks in our gourmet scoop column, we'll also share some spots that celebrities love. Keep an eye out. You may even see opinions of some folk who recently made the news. Current events have been disheartening these days, but perhaps you can spend some cheer by filling your stomach. Why not go sightseeing and try some new food in various restaurants across the state with our guide at hand? Well, that's... yeah, I guess they haven't released that yet. Axe is close to hitting level 4. Ironwood Kimono. Genevieve's eyes grew wide. He knew her name. All of the names that could have come from his mouth. It left her own hanging open. But she had to say something. She spoke firmly. How did you know? Yeah, that's the way to go. Treasure hunting at level 75. Yeah, I gotta remember a stellar pendulum. Look at that in a second. Inside is a Mishy plush that Randy accidentally gave to Zeit as a chew toy. He quickly shuts the lid before Tio can see it. There it is. Prevents faint, sleep, and confuse. Well, that's an upgrade to this. Get a chance to see these things again. Okie dokie. Fly! Suck it up! Oh wow, you lived. I'm impressed, but not that impressed. A lot of Sepith. Reading this message adds 5 bonding points to one of the characters, but we're not going to tell you which one. I want to go back the other way. Looks like this sector has mechanical monsters running around too. They even spit fire. Can't imagine that's up to code. It still pales in comparison to the society archaisms. Don't look at me. I mean, yeah, the cleaning ones in the B sector were my fault, but not these. I've never been to this sector. Your nose is growing, youngster. You can tell us the truth. We promise not to get mad, probably. I am telling the truth. I didn't do jack. Wait, I have a question. This place is connected to the foundation of Orcus Tower, isn't it? Why didn't we enter on that end instead? After that entrance was sealed, because that entrance was sealed after the terrorist attack, obviously. Control Terminal 4 is right by it too. It would have, if it were still open, I could have gotten there on my own. Okay. Oh! And it's that treasure chest that's been taunting me. I forbid it. Cyril responded with equal firmness. You're my wife. You are not to fritter your away hours with some other woman under my nose. You open the chest, finding a scrap of paper with something on it. This pun is terrible. You groan as you close the lid. That might be the way, so what's down here? Treasure, that's a boss chest. Well, a monster chest anyway. Scent. I was under the impression that this was the Geofront C Sector. I believe there's been some kind of mistake. I think scent makes it more likely to run into enemies. Enemies are more likely to notice you on the field. Affects whole party. So if you want to fight monsters... I don't think I'll be using that one. But there it is. It's a little closer to level 4. Okay, there are heated paths I have to turn off. That actually makes sense. To be real, I didn't even notice this thing was burning. Do you have a particular chest voice you read all of these in? Yeah, it's just kind of my regular voice. By golly, I'm just not one for doing voices because they always sound kind of fucking horrible. Oh, yuck. And there's X level 4. You know what? Just kind of because. Having increased defense on you wouldn't be actually. Do I have a better one? That increases by 4. No. That might be useful on him though, but he has to have a space one there. Do I have a space one? Yeah, range. I feel like he's about as good as it's gonna get. I would like to replace luck with that speed breaker, but I think it needs to be level 2. No, it's level 1. 4. Yeah, well, you do that. We'll do that. Down the stairs. That's where I came from. I am the stupid. Lunar pendulum. It was an unusually cold thing for him to say, giving Genevieve pause. When she glared, he also, as she so often did with Stout, he revealed the answer to her question. eliciting a gasp from her. A lunar pendulum. Prevents poison, burn, and blind. I got to find the access panel for that one. Oh, it's right here. I did not have to go that far. Noelle could use some heals, as could Tio Talk, and sure, Randy too. Level up for Ellie, and Lloyd, and Tio, and Noelle. But not Randy or Wazzy. They're slacking off. Jugular. You found a bag of round breath fresheners in the chest. They're labeled Epstein Orb Mints. Lemon flavor. I actually expect a novelty candy to be called that in this universe. It's an Earth. It is an Earth and Mirage. Again, that's one you would use for a New Game Plus playthrough, because you're already going to be established with these courses. The only reason I put Wing over Pixie was because Wing was more beneficial to Ellie. Mobius would definitely be beneficial to Wazzy because he has that gold lock slot. But again, these are ones you would... But he's already established with Crow. These are ones you would be better off with in a New Game Plus run. You could make the argument he could use Mobius now. And he probably could. But we're not doing that. I've already dedicated him. Receive the chest Pom Pom Party account info. You know, it'd be kind of funny if you could play the chest. Oop, and we're at the end of the dungeon. Okay. There it is, Control Terminal 4. Finally, boy am I tired. From what? We're the ones smacking all those monsters around, you know. Go easy on him, Randy. He's probably not used to walking around as much as we just did. True, Tio and I also had trouble keeping up with the boys when we first started. And Jona is an even worse shut-in than I was before joining the SSS. All things considered, he was a very brave boy. I am proud of him. Ah, cram it. You don't know how lucky you are at your age. Adults can't get away with living the way you do. Still, every bit of pizza and junk food you bite into is bound to bite you back one of these years. Hey Jona, if you want, I'd be more than happy to go jogging with you. We could even start off slow. How does once a week sound? Shut up and leave me alone. It's too hot to put up with this crap. Let's get in that terminal room and crank up the AC already. Jona, look out. What in God's... Holy moly is right. What on God's green earth is that thing? A supersized version of one of those cleaning robots from the B sector? No. I don't think this machine is meant for the type of cleaning you're thinking of. Jona, stay back. Right. What is this thing? Impossible. Did it just search the orbital network to identify us? Kill mode engaged. You guess? Since when do these buckets of bolts have opinions? Never mind that, we have to stop it.
手具合図気をつけろ。
了解です。分析を後方入手しました。
A restored torso unit running rogue in the wild. Its circuits have gone totally haywire, weak to wind and water.
行くぜ。行くぞ。みんな、一気に行くぞ。
援護するわ。ありがとうございます。さて、ドライブ。
俺の番だな。はあ。
エニグマ駆動。
それ。
ありがとうございました。
おっしゃ。ほらよ。
私の番です。
I want her at a distance. She's going to focus on casting. She's weak to water.
俺の番だな。させるか。
よーし。覚悟してください。それ。私の番です。デミガンマンソリュートン。
行くぜ。そら。よし。
はい。ドライブ開始。
よし。
God damn it!
行くぞ。行くぜ。ほら。
助かります。
手こず。
今だ。全火力集中してください。オッケーです。
了解。
は
っ。おっしゃ。任せてくれ。
Bless it all.
はい。ドライブ開始。それ。
ナイス。俺の番だな。行くぞ。俺の番だな。ほら。
はい。おいしい。エニグマ駆動。やあ、助かります。
行くぞ。
よーし。
俺の番だ。
行きます。ドライブ開始。
行くぞ。行くぞ。
やあ。行きます。行きます。はい。
俺の番だな。
やあ。
俺の番だ。ほらよ。
私の番ですね。エニグマ
行くぞ。
駆動。
よし。
行きます。ドラ
couldn't count on that being saintly bullet.
行くぜ。
行きます。
I need a big one.
やった。
はい。
Hmm.
行きますよ。ファイヤー。やあ。
任せてくれ。俺の番だ。ほら。
Off your ass on your feet.
リカバーこれで助かります。
Give me a break.
私の番ですね。エニグマ
任せろ。
駆動。
俺の番だな。すまない。みんな。
行きます。
Really?
ドライブ開始。それ。
ありがとう。
Really?
そっか。
行くぜ。
さて。エニグマ駆動。
よし。
それ。
おっしゃ。はっ。行くぞ。エニグマ。
私の駆動か。
You've got to be shitting me.
やるじゃない。
Seal level 2. Ooh. That machine. Was it anything like the ones that were illegally dumped here? There is a possibility that it was the work of Ouroboros. Its archaism, its mechanisms resembled the archaism we once encountered outside Don Marconi's office. That Eastern-looking one. This scrap metal acted way more advanced than that guy, though. Not to mention it seemed to be connected to the network. Do you think that that's a sign of the Society's involvement? Who cares? It's not like it's going to come back and tell you. I mean, it's a valid point. Now, can we please go to the terminal and get the AC going? Besides, I'm Jona Sacred, remember? The genius of a century? I can dig up the dirt on those guys like it's nothing. I can't tell whether you're fearless or just lacking social graces. Maybe both. He's got confidence. That's for sure. Listen, that machine back there got deployed about a month ago. And yeah, it was connected to the network. It says it can do it wirelessly. The admin name for the record is Novaratus. That man in the lab coat. Whoever he is, he clearly holds a lofty position in this society. Yeah, something about that nutty old geezer gave me the creeps. The machine we just fought may have been a prototype he unleashed for his own amusement. It would not surprise me, judging by the sort of person he seemed to be. The man did get off a certain mad scientist penchant. It's more like a danger. He's likely a lot more dangerous than meets the eye. Good news is, it looks like that was the only one he set loose. Which means I can hold myself down here as long as I want, worry-free. Man, this is the best. The connection speed is bonkers this close to the tower, and there's barely any restrictions. Hell yeah! Long live Terminal Control 4. Someone's happy. I think we just gave this shut-in a one-way ticket into paradise. Jona, remember that you need to send a report to Chief Roberts. So even if you think of this, if you even think about taking advantage of this, yeah. Listen, I got what I wanted. Mission over. You can go now. Ooh, is this a brand new server? Man, Crossbell's network infrastructure is really starting to shape up. There he goes, straight off the deep end. I think he'll be fine. Still, I'm concerned about whether it is Ouroboros is plotting here. Yeah, just remember to come check in on Jona every once in a while. I'm sure I'm just as worried about him cooped up by himself down here as I'm about the Society getting to him. As you should be. least that one was short and sweet. Well, I say short and sweet, it's been almost 40 minutes now, but... Oh yeah, we're back here. It's cool that you can come down here if you wanted. And we have a shortcut back to Jona, or a bounty monster, should that ever come to be. Looks like the day is over. Yes, all we have left on the itinerary, team dinner. Right. Anyway, thanks for all you've done for me. I don't think I can ever repay you. I know we didn't get to be teammates for very long, but I learned a lot. I couldn't be more grateful. Come on, Noelle. We're the ones who owe you here. These last 3 months have really flown by. Though it was only 2 in my case. I gotta say, the group ain't gonna be the same without you. You guys, this is hard enough as it is. I mean, there's still so much unfinished business. Like the cryptids, the grass. I'm really sorry to leave you all like this. I wanted to see it through to the end. Noelle? Think of it this way. Our positions may differ when we wake up tomorrow, but we'll still be working for the good of Crossbell. That should suit the patriot in you, though it may not sound so sincere coming from me. Wazzy. Still, I'm holding out hope that you'll come back to our loving arms when all's said and done. After all, you are expected to have a bright and promising future. You'd be better off spending it with us instead of writhing your talents away at the CGF one firefight after another. Cheeky to the last, aren't you? Some things never change. Jackassery aside, he ain't totally wrong. The commander wouldn't have endorsed your transfer here if you weren't a good fit. That's right. We'd love to work with you again. You'll always have a home here, Noelle. And if things don't work out that way, we can still meet up as friends on our days off. I anticipate you teaching me the ways of the road someday. You should expect to hear from me the moment I reach the minimum age requirement. Tio, I'd love to. Thank you, Noelle. Between your driving, your combat skills, and the energy you brought to the team, you've been an invaluable member of the SSS. But above all, your unwavering integrity and candor have been inspiration for each of us. Even if we're apart for now, we'll always be comrades. So if you ever need help with the CGF, we're only a phone call away. And naturally, we'll be counting on you when things get rough, just the way we always have. Of course, I'm glad to be of help. And so our leader worms his way into yet another fair maiden's heart. He can never last even a second without the spotlight, can he? Honestly. Looks like you got your work cut out for you, Madame Lonzelli. What does that have to do with me? What are you guys whispering about? Wait! It's not like that, I swear! Oh, methinks the lady doth protest too much. Is that a friendly rivalry I hear brewing, now that she just came back? Imagine Lloyd calling her Noe when she returns. Randy? Wazzy. That's enough out of you two. Hey, Tio, what are they talking about? How you managed to pass the detective exam is beyond me. I'll just shut up for now. Yeah. Hey, what time is it? It's already morning? Oh, I'm starving. What time did that pizzeria open again? Actually, I think they just started taking orders from the net. I'll check up on that. Huh? What's up? Who left all this garbage in the memory? No, wait. What even is this? A data structure, but this isn't just any old data in here. What the hell? Jona found something. The State Election Board has announced that over 90% of eligible voters submitted a ballot in referendum of each which 90 were cast in favor of independence. This high voter turnout can be arbitrated to the anguish inflicted by the raid of Crossbell City. Many voters suspect that the attacks may have been perpetrated by the Empire or Republic. As such, these results could be a reflection of the average Crossbellian's frustration with the status quo. The referendum was designed to gauge the opinion of the average Crossbellian. After the ballots were counted, however, something exceptional occurred. In spite of the admissions of the the Diet members, Mayor Croix chose to disregard them and declare independence unilaterally. This unprecedented move will doubtlessly have major ramifications on Crossbell's relations with its surrounding countries. In light of this development, we would like to stress that our publication is committed to reporting information as accurately as within our capabilities. At a press conference yesterday, Mayor Croix declared independence on behalf of Crossbell citizenry in what he termed an official international proclamation. The mayor moved that the land be known as the independent state of Crossbell thereafter. Mayor Croix then outlined his upcoming reforms aimed at cementing Crossbell as an independent nation. First, the creation of a state constitution. Next, the abolishment of the state's subservient relationship with Erebonia and Calvard, including a repeal of the 10% revenue tax collected by these nations. Finally, the formation of the Crossbell Defense Force. This organization will unify the police and CGF, assuming the respective responsibilities of keeping the peace and maintaining national security. Following these announcements, Mayor Croix said that the state government, soon to be independent state government, would be enacting these changes within the next month. As for the declaration itself, even those well-versed in politics were taken off guard by the abrupt move, calling it an unusually swift development. Apparently, the mayor went against the cautious advice of Speaker McDowell in pursuit of this decision. It may be some time before all facets of unprecedented declaration are elucidated. Both the Imperial and Republican governments, the current sovereigns of Crossbell, suzerains of Crossbell, issued statements on the day of declaration rejecting the bid for independence. The land of Crossbell State has a historic bias that, as part of the Republic's territory, the Republican administration proclaimed rebuking the declaration as a matter of course. Queen Alicia II of Lavero weighed in, saying the will of the populace should be respected. The Declaration of Independence itself was greatly premature. The Principality of Romaferia, who has requested confirmation of the situation, is expected to issue a similar statement. Meanwhile, the Holy City of Arteria has opted against any following formal statements. A nation is not made in a single day, said the bewildered PR staffer. Despite the widespread uproar caused by sudden announcement, many citizens are welcoming the change with open arms. Others aren't quite so eager. I thought the referendum was to gauge interest, one resident tells us. That was the only reason I voted in favor. The prevailing theme throughout the entire story is the ubiquitous confusion felt by everyone involved. That said, if Crossbell truly is set on independence, then this may be only the beginning of the troubles our fair state will face. Today, Mayor Croix held an emergency press conference at Orcus Tower to announce that all foreign assets held by the IBC would be frozen. This policy will remain in place until the Crossbell's independence is acknowledged internationally. This sudden declaration seems to indicate the mayor, who happens to be IBC CEO, is willing to exert his influence on foreign economies, despite lacking the domestic authority to do so. Due to the sudden nature of Croix's press conference, further details remain managed the majority of the continent's financial assets. The sudden withholding of said assets has caused markets across Sumeria to plummet, with some reports describing mass pandemonium in the Republic Stock Exchange. We reached out to experts for comment. Already the impact of the international economy has been immense, explained one economist. It's difficult to tell how things will progress. A diplomat had this to say. We want to be certain we understand the full extent of the freeze before taking action. According to the new report from both Erebonia and Calvert, have had press conferences regarding these financial crises, the Republican government demands that Crossbell State and the IBC revoke the asset freeze immediately. Failure to do so will be met with force, stated the Calvardian press secretary. Our sources claim that the imperial government has already begun mobilizing its army as well. It's possible that this press conference are meant to serve as an ultimatum. We will follow up on this story as we receive official communications. Well, shit really hit the fan. Yes, I wasn't expecting the situation to progress this quickly. I tried contacting Uncle Dieter to ask him about it, but I haven't been able to reach him. Same applies to Chief Sergei. He has yet to return after departing for headquarters this morning. Could it be that he's investigating the newly established defense force? Probably. After all, it came as a total shock. Not just for us, but the top brass too, or so I've been told. The hell's up with that? How could they not have known about it? What about Noel, Muriel, and the rest of them? What are they up to? Unfortunately, we are also unable to get in contact with the CGF at this moment. I suspect they will choose to remain silent due to the sheer volume of calls they are receiving. It's hard to blame them. But I doubt Erebonia and Calvert will hold their tongues seeing all their assets have been frozen. They made it clear that they prepared to use force. I can only imagine how tense things are at the borders right now. I'm sorry, Kia, this must seem scary to you. It's okay. I can tell whatever's going on is serious. I've been wondering, though, where's Wazzy? I haven't seen him all morning. Now that you mention it. He said he needed to attend to some minor business. I believe it was moments after the chief departed. Really? How irresponsible do you have to be to disappear at a time like this? Who is it? Oh, thank goodness you're home. It's me, it's Cecil. Hi, Cecil. We weren't expecting you. Is everything alright? It's not every day you drop in to see us like this. I apologize for visiting out of the blue. Who may I ask? Arios. Wouldn't happen to have come by here, would he? Arios? No, not at all. Did something happen? The thing is, he came to the hospital late last night and took Shizuku home with him. He even filed the paperwork to have her discharged effective immediately. What? He did. I went to the Bracer Guild to see if I could figure out why. But not even Michael had an answer for me. I thought it might be a long shot, but I decided to come ask all of you just in case. So that's what brought you here. The hell's gotten into him all of a sudden? The fact that it happened late at night makes it more dubious. I mean, he's probably worried about international conflicts. Crossbell support section. Oh Lloyd, thank Adios I got a hold of you. Whoa. Someone must have left the phone on speaker mode. Grace, is that you? Who else has that kind of volume? Grace, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Of course not. Something's wrong. And I mean big time wrong. I had to tell you right away. We just got a bulletin from Orcus Tower. You're not going to believe this. Dieter Kreuz has just been instated as the first president of the independent state of Crossbell. What? The first president? Uncle Dieter? And you're certain of this? Like hell she is. You trying to pull a fast one on us? Listen, I thought it was a joke at first too. But then I took a look at the soldier delivering the news. He was decked out in the fresh white uniform. That's when he told us he was a part of the Crossbell's newly formed defense force. A soldier? You can't mean... He's probably a CGF guardsman, or was anyway. Also, don't freak out on me, okay? But immediately after President Kreuz took his post, he nominated his Secretary of Defense. And it's Arios McLean. You mean... Arios. What? The presidential inauguration is just about to begin. They're broadcasting it via the Orbital network, so make sure you tune in. Grace, you managed to get permission to cover the speech. Nice. Way to come into clutch, Rhines. Sorry, guys. I've got a feature story waiting for me. Gotta go. Is this really happening? I don't even know anymore. Arios is the Secretary of Defense. I mean, he'd be a good pick. Then that makes him the leader of the new Defense Force. You're shitting me, right? What happened to being a bracer? What the hell's all this about Dieter becoming president? I cannot say either way, but we should watch the address on the terminal. Good day, my fellow citizens. Today I speak to you as Dieter Croix, the first president of the independent state of Crossbell. I'm sure many of you are surprised by this sudden announcement. Nevertheless, I ask that you bear with me. At this very moment, an unprecedented threat is advancing upon our fair home of Crossbell. We are being cornered by wicked, malicious forces that aim to strip away our dignity and trample underfoot all that is just. As I'm sure you are all aware, less than a month ago, these forces attempted to sink Crossbell into a pit of despair and sorrow. Of course, the wise citizens of Crossbell already know who it is I'm referring to. I would actually like to take a moment to finally incriminate these perpetrators by name. The Imperial Government of Erebonia. This is one of the malevolent forces I refer to. However, they are not the only criminals responsible for our plight. The Republican government of Calvert is just as guilty. They too have been making a mockery of our peace and honor while colluding with a known crime syndicate. For far too many years, they have treated our Crossbell as theirs to control, a vassal subject to the whims of its lieges. No matter what injustices they commit, we are forbidden by law from defending ourselves. Even to this day, they exploit us through obscenely high taxes, siphoning away our prosperity as if it's their own. And yet, their transgressions do not end there. We have reached a point to where our very livelihoods are being placed in jeopardy. It is well known that this land has served as a war zone time and time again, as these two nations fought for control over us. Many would consider that strife a thing of the past, but that could not be further from the truth. Our state has suffered a number of inexplainable incidents over the last 70 years. They befell us in many forms: sudden explosions with no discernible cause, the mysterious fatal crash of one of our airships. And yet, while they appear to be more than accidents, deep down, we all know the truth. These cruel, indiscriminate tragedies that left us with no answers to soothe our mourning. All of them were caused behind closed doors by our enemies. Petty power struggles. Boy, they got them uniforms made fast. However, when put before Adios, we Crossbellians are equally as sinful. The sins we carry are those of cowardice and self-deprecation. To avenge the countless fallen souls victimized by the crimes of these past. To avenge those in the present still nursing their wounds from the raid on our city. And to ensure our children grow up in a glorious future of peace and dignity, we must discard these sins of deception and cowardice and stand vigilant and proud. This is ridiculous. Well, he does have a fair point in some respects. Dieter. It is with the intention of leading us into this brighter tomorrow that I have taken office today. But rest assured, this is only temporary measure to respond to an urgent threat on our horizon. I, hereof swear an oath that the next election will be declared by popular vote. Once peace is restored within our borders. With that, there is another man I would like to introduce. He will play a key role in supporting the independent state of Crossbell. All of you here today will surely know him by name. Without further ado, I present to you the man who stood his ground with all his might to defend Orcus Tower during the raid. Dubbed by many as the Divine Blade of Wind, he was formerly an A-rank bracer of the Bracers Guild's Crossbell branch. But now he stands as a commander-in-chief for our newly established Crossbell Defense Force. Ladies and gentlemen, Arios McLean. To reiterate, I am Arios McLean. Some of you may have concerns over one as militarily inexperienced as myself, assuming such an important position. However, to compensate, I pledge to give it twice the effort I did as a bracer to suppress the dangers lying before us, both as the bulwark that protects Crossbell and the blade that will slay anyone who stands in the way of our order and justice. As some of you are aware, Secretary McLean once served the Crossbell Police Department as one of its finest detectives. Though most of you will know him better for the numerous international incidents he has resolved as a member of the Guild. And with that in mind, I assume with the utmost authority that he will be the perfect man for this job. Father, I don't understand. Lloyd speaking. It's me. Chief, the inaugural address. I saw it. Right or wrong, the CGF appears to have reassembled into the Crossbell Defense Force. The police is going to be integrated into it as well, and that includes all of us. No way. So Commander Bales is a part of this too. You saw her up there next to McLean, didn't you? Looks to me like she approved of its formation. I don't know what'll happen now, but I'd stay away from Orcus Tower. Those Defense Force soldiers are likely to keep it under a strict watch. Understood. I'll call you again. Don't do anything rash. Am I clear? What did the chief say? It was about the Defense Force. We are to steer clear of the tower. The police are in on this. You telling me Sonia's just going along with this? Considering her position, it could very well be that she had no say in the matter. This would explain why Arios had Shizuku discharged from the hospital so suddenly. Oh. That makes sense. His new position would have impacted her situation. Safe to keep her away from anyone that opposes the new setup. It's hard to discount that line of reasoning after what we've just learned. It's going to be alright, Kia. I'm sure Arios is doing whatever he can to keep her safe. I know. But still, I'm worried about her. Kia. Sorry, Cecil, but could we ask you to man the fort here for a bit? Lloyd? I have no qualms with it so long as you don't stay out past evening. Are you going somewhere? Yeah. Listen up, team. I think the best course of action is to make our way to the Bracer Guild first and foremost. That would be wise. That will persist a good opportunity to ask about Arios' circumstances. No kidding. That came way the hell out of left field. I understand. I'll stay here and watch the building with Kia. The situation has gotten quite dire, so please, be safe out there. Don't do anything reckless. We'll try. Kia? Kia! Whoa. Kia? What's wrong? Things are pretty messy, but you don't need to be chasing us down. I know. Everything's going to be alright. We may not know what the future has in store for Crossbell, but that won't change the fact that we'll always return to your side, Kia. Lloyd, that much is certain. We always make it home, even on the roughest days. So sit tight. We'll be back before you know it. Be careful, everyone. Wazzy has left the party. God damn it, Wazzy. Well, we're back to the old team. And shit's getting real. Join me next time on Trails to Azure as I make heads or tails of what fucking happened. I'm the TheDarkSeraph, signing off.